Happy Sunday, May 16th. I got sick. My son's sick. And I'm pretty sure we had a split a Dairy Queen 6-piece chicken basket last night. And he was dipping the French fries and chicken in his ice cream. So yeah, now I feel like I got stuffy. That's my only symptom. California's on fire again. Los Angeles County. Andy Beshear announced this morning, or no, I don't know when it was, but I heard it this morning on the radio that June 11th, we're going to open up 100% and the mask mandate will be lifted. Hype about that. They're saying if you got vaccinated, you're good. If you don't have the vaccination by then, you should still wear a mask. I ain't doing it. What else is there? Oh, okay. I had a couple bad dreams last night in a row. One of them was not a bad dream. It was just odd. Rob Dyrdek, the ridiculousness guy, I was like on the set of the show or something and like part of the audience. And he was throwing out these black sweaters, but they were cool. They were like a cool fabric and they looked cool. And he was like, this is what Floyd Mayweather is wearing. It's his new brand. And I was looking at mine, like I held it out in front of me. I was looking at it and I put it toward my, like on my torso, just like feel it out. And I looked at the tag and it was a medium, but it was like, it would fit, like it fit my body. So I was like, well, this is dope. But then I saw a fucking hole in the, sorry for cussing, a hole in it, in the front of it. That's it for that dream. The next dream, now these aren't in order, but these are definitely what I wrote down when I woke up. There's a series of them. They're fucking strange. And this usually happens when I quit drinking. Like, I'll just go through... I don't know when it'll stop, because I haven't stopped for that long. I haven't stopped more than 12 days since I've been drinking. So I don't know how long it's going to last. But the next one is... I was at a little get-together. And everybody's cool. We're chilling, and then this dude walks in, and people kind of like stop being themselves, and they're kind of like retreat back into themselves, and they're all just kind of like eyeing this guy. And he sits down next to me, and he's got gold eyes. He's a black dude. He's got gold eyes. And he grabs my hand. He puts his right leg on his right ankle on his left knee and just like sits back and he grabs my hand. And I felt powerless and like, I was just like, what the hell is this about, right? Everybody's acting weird now that this guy showed up. He's sitting right next to me, grabs my hand. Forrest Whitaker comes over and he's got this book of like, it's got a children's like drawing and coloring of hands that are wrapped like about to go boxing. Put some boxing gloves on. And Forrest Whitaker's giving us this speech. Everybody around this guy. He's like looking everybody in the eye, like everybody but this guy. He's kind of got his shoulder and his back toward this guy that's got my hand. He's giving this speech out to everybody else in this room, including myself. He's like, in this book, like we keep our fists clenched and we fight to the death or whatever. So I was like, well, this is strange as fuck. And this guy's just looking at me. I'm looking back and forth from him to Forrest Whitaker telling us about this stuff. And I'm like, this is the fucking devil. Sorry for cussing again. There is something going on. The devil held my hand. I don't know where that... So from this point... Then I was in an apartment building with like 2 or 3 dudes rustling in the hallway. So like, what the hell is that? And you can see like there's cracks in the door and shit. It was like a crappy apartment. And there's these guys. There's like 2 or 3 guys on the outside, maybe 4. And they break in the door, and I'm hitting these guys in the face with a bat, like not swinging at them, just like hitting it like I'm pretending it's a pool cue. And I'm like aiming the bat at their face and just popping it with my right hand, like fucking pop, 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 hitting them in the face with it. And I also did the same thing with like a cane or something like that as they're coming in the door. Because I'm like, they're fighting like the guys I was with in the room, and we're all like, it's brawling. And then it calms down, and they come back. Now they're shooting in the freaking apartment. And the guys I didn't have a weapon, but the guys I was with was shooting out the apartment. I never felt a shot get hit me, but I know for a fact the muzzle went off and the barrel was pointed at me, and I felt the flash. Like I saw a flash, but nothing hurt. I just like, we were just doing it. It was just happening. Then they left again. And then at some point, my son and my ex-wife were with me in the room. And everything's all tore up, and there's like a bigger gap between the doorway and the thing you're supposed to stand under if there's an earthquake, the door frame. And there's a bigger gap between the door frame and the actual house wall from the bullet holes, I guess. And there's like more of a space underneath you could see like feet, like people's shoes and shit. So I'm sitting there, we're watching some kind of program on TV, me and the kid and the ex-wife. And I hear rustling. I'm like, shit. And I look, and nobody else is there. It's just us 3. The dudes were gone. I look toward the doorway, and I see the same set of black, like Chuck, like leather, black Chuck leather Chuck Taylors, Converse All-Stars, and the kind of like pants that don't go down past the leg, but they're like, there's black Chuck Taylors and the like chinos, whatever. They're like the pants that didn't go all the way down, but they weren't like jorts or whatever they're called. They weren't rolled up. They just didn't go all the way down to the ankle. And I was like, I told my ex-wife, I said, get him out of here now. Because I thought they were about to start shooting and come and finish off the job or whatever. And I was like, well, this is fucked up. They had nothing to do with this. And I thought about yelling, my kid's in here, but I didn't know if they knew anybody was in there at all. So I went over, I was leaning into her, I was like, get him the fuck out of here now. And she looked at me like stupid, like, what? And I just grabbed her arm, and we went to the front door. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, we have to go. And I opened the door in the front, like the front door. And the whole damn staircase is like that rock, like it's like glued together pebbles. And it's all shot up and broken apart. And then I woke up. And then I had another one where, what was it, an apartment? That might have been it. I swear there was one more. I wrote this shit down. Let me check my notes. Oh, Matthew McConaughey and Samuel L. Jackson. Matthew McConaughey was freaking twisted, or like he was a bad guy, but this was like real life. And I was following around Sam Jackson, jumping through tree branches and shit, like trying to get away from Matthew McConaughey, like he was evil or something, and he was on the hunt for us. I don't know. I felt some like negative vibe, aura, whatever, and Sam Jackson was like, we gotta go, let's go, run, blah blah blah. So we're running through these woods, but that was it. That was basically it. Matthew McConaughey gave me a creepy vibe, but Sam Jackson was leading me to my safety. That was it for the dream segment. How about the song of the day? I'm gonna have to say, for sure, It's Kevin Gates' Power. That song right there, especially when it's overcast and you're going 10 over the speed limit, you roll the windows down a little bit and there might be a little sprinkle in the air, it's a little mist, you know. You turn that radio on full blast. You got that power over me. That's my stuff right there. I don't have a quote of the day. I didn't do my research on that. I have not drank or smoked. I didn't smoke all day yesterday. I didn't drink all day yesterday. Woke up this morning kind of sick. I don't feel any better than if I were to have drank a 18-pack of Budweiser or 3 to 4 King Cobra's malt liquors last night. And I feel 0% better right now. Maybe it's my system is like, I don't know, just so used to that shit, that lifestyle, that it's like, whatever. He'll be back at it tomorrow. Don't give up on him. It would be nice to wake up and feel rested, though. I mean, I do. Like, I don't feel tired. I just always feel like I could get much better sleep. Like, I'm pretty sure I have sleep apnea. I'm almost positive. I snored real bad back in the day. I don't know if I do now because no one lives with me. I just feel like every day, no matter what, I could definitely get better sleep. I did not work out. Oh, no, I did. I did 10 reps in my little circuit this morning. I did not wake up at 5 o'clock because I was up late. What was I doing? I don't want to say what I was doing. I was just, I was finding pleasure in other things in life. Trying to keep my mind off it. Well, first, okay, so here's the thing. Yesterday, went over to ex-wife's house. I brought the motorcycle, the boss lady and the boss man hooked him up with. I had it on the charger all night, the night before, so I brought it over. I was like, please let this work. Turns out it works. So we went riding around, having fun, and then I brought it back because I was like, I think the thing was only supposed to last like 18 minutes, and we took it over to a couple buddies, friends in the neighborhood, and we were riding it out there for a little bit. So I was like, this thing's got to be dead pretty soon. So we took it back to the house, and we got a regular bike with like a trailer for kids. And we got it from this homeless guy for $50 where I used to live. He was like, hey, I got this thing. I seen your kid come over every once in a while. You want this bike? And I was like, yeah, why? How much you want for it? He was like, well, I'd take 50 for both of them. I was like, all right, deal. So we got that, but the wire, there's no way to hook it up to the bike, hook the trailer thing to the bike, other than like making something up. So he had this wire in the cart, and I put that on there, but it was rusty as hell. And the ex-wife told me a while back when I first did it, she's like, I don't like that, it's gonna break, it's rusty. I was like, I got him, right? So after I took the motorcycle back to the shed and pulled that bike out, told him we're going for a ride. And it's got this new, I've never seen it before ever, but there's new, like, the piece where you inflate the tire, it's a long skinny piece. And every time I go to use this bike, that tire is flat. So I have to pump the tire every time. And it's got a little screwed cap thing. I've never seen it. It's weird. So I pumped the tire up. He's in there. He's sitting there. He's waiting for me. He's ready to go. I flicked the lights on the bike. I put some like blue lights in the wheel well and on the frame of the bike. We're ready to go. I'm gonna take him to Dairy Queen. We're gonna go get some ice cream and some dinner. I go pull over at the van to grab my wallet. He's about to get out. I'm like, no, hold on, but we're ready to go. We're going. So I shut the door, locked the van, put my foot on the pedal. I get 2 feet max, and I hear the damn wire, the rusty wire broke, and he's sitting there just looking at me like, "You gonna leave me here?" Like, the shit broke. I'm so glad, lucky, it wasn't like on the road going faster. So that was out of limits. Now we gotta, not limits, out of commission. Now we gotta go to just walking over there. So we walk over there, get the food and the ice cream, we walk back, having a good little time, eating our meal, playing the piano. He's playing with this balloon I got for his mom for Mother's Day. Just as Happy Mother's Day, right? So he's playing with it. It's kind of, it's really deflated, but it still floats a little bit. He's playing with it, and he's laying on the ground. I'm laying right there next to him. I'm sitting right next to him. He's laying on his stomach. He's got his head on the, like, inflated balloon, sort of, kind of deflated. And he takes his head. Before, I wasn't even thinking, oh, this is going to happen like this. Like, it didn't occur to me, like, he's going to smash his head through this balloon. He takes his head, full blast, tries to bounce his head off this partially deflated balloon. It goes straight to the wood floor. There is nothing in between. I just hear a thunk, and he's sitting there, and he starts crying. I pick him up slowly. I immediately let out, "Oh, shit!" And then I quieted down because I was like, oh, damn, he's in pain. He just smashed his head on the floor. Like, intentionally. Like, he didn't mean to hit the floor. But that's what happened, right? So now he's crying. I'm holding him. I'm like, you're okay, but I go to the freezer to get the ice pack. Put it on his head. His mom comes in. She goes, "Why is he crying? What happened?" I said, I couldn't get it out with a straight face and not laugh. And she's like, "Stop laughing." I was like, it was funny. She's like, "Give me my baby." I was like, ugh. It was funny. So I tell her about it. I'm trying to get it out. I can't see. I think she's going to smack me. Because I think you keep telling me to shut up and stop laughing. My baby's hurt, right? So I open my eyes and she's laughing as I'm telling her the story. And she's like, "Get out of here. You can leave now." I'm like, oh my God, you were just laughing too. This shit was funny. She was dead ass. She said, "You can get out of here. You can go home now." I was like, oh my God. All right. This attitude. So I didn't. Stayed. We went and played in his bedroom for a little bit. Poor kid's got a lump on his head. Poor thing. Yeah, he had fun. We had a fun little night. Came home. Played some Oculus Quest. Echo VR. It's the shit, honestly. It's the shit. I was, okay. My first day playing it, first night playing it, I was MVP like 3 times. I get good at shit real quick. This is a virtual reality game where you have like a frisbee and you got a team of like 3 to 4 people, or 2 or 3 people. Your goal, it's like basketball with a frisbee and teams. It's ultimate frisbee, but with 0 gravity. I'm an idiot. That's exactly what it is. Ultimate frisbee, 0 gravity. It's awesome. You got thrusters. So I got into this game, and I've been knocking it out. Anywho, so there's that. So tonight, okay, so here we are. Here's the update. No drinking, no smoking. Haven't had anything to eat. I've only had water. When I get home tonight, I don't know when I'm going to plan on dinner, but I did some research on what seasonings are okay to use during a carnivore diet. Turns out there's a lot. So I'm hyped about that. I got a few. You're supposed to say it'll stay away from like cumin seed or whatever. I forget which one it was. Some of the seasonings have like, they will inflame your stuff. So I want to stay away from that. Especially because of my damn disease, ankle vasculitis thing. I didn't go into depth about that yesterday, but what the ankle vasculitis does, it inflames your small blood vessels. So occasionally in my eyeballs, they'll get real red, and you can see my blood vessels. They're just like, it hurts. My vision's blurry. I got a ocular migraine. That's when I know I need to put these drops in. That's just for the uveitis. The other thing that happens along with this ankle vasculitis is my legs will not work from the thigh to the lower back. Like the above the knee to my lower back, it'll just like, there'll be so much pain. I can't sleep. I can't get comfortable. I can't get out of bed. It's hard to get out of bed to go to the bathroom. Like, I need to like crawl. I need to hold on to doorways. It's impossible. Now, I haven't had a real bad flare-up in over a year. But it has come occasionally. And I'm like, please don't let this be bad. And it hasn't, thankfully. Because I love my job. And I think weather and mood and like state of being, state of mind have a lot to do with, like, the power of the mind is some real shit. For example, we had this, not an auction, but a raffle for this 50-inch 4K TV with like all the stuff built into it at work. They were like, if you don't mess up, for a month, that's the incentive, is you're gonna win this. You're gonna be in a raffle for this TV. I was like, hype. I rarely mess up anyway. I could do this. So telling the coworkers, we're just messing around. These two right beside me, to my left and my right, while we're loading vans in the mornings. I'm like, dude, yes, when I get this TV, blah blah blah, all this stuff. We just keep messing with each other. The day before the raffle, I'm like, hey, it was April Fool's. It was April 1st. I said in a group message to all my coworkers, I was like, hey, I appreciate the family. Thank y'all. I love the TV. It looks good on my wall. And I said April Fool's. One of the coworkers was like, you're supposed to say April Fool's in a separate text, so we don't just look at it and be like, oh, he's joking. I was like, you're right. I'm an idiot. I didn't graduate high school. Anyway, the next day comes around. We're having this raffle. They brought us some breakfast, stuff like that. We're all out there, circled up. Everybody knows I've been messing around, telling everybody I'm gonna win this TV, right? So, boss is like, I was even like, I'm pulling it. Can I draw? And they were like, yeah. So we get to the point, everybody's there. They're like, Cody, you gonna draw? I'm like, nah, I'm just kidding. I don't want to risk my luck. They pull a name, it's mine. I don't believe it at first. I'm like, nah, they're messing with me. It's everybody, every name in there every paper in there has my name on it. They're messing with me because I've been messing with everybody else. No. I won that damn TV, and it's amazing. And I love telling the guys that were telling me they're going to win it, and there's no chance I'm going to win it. I love telling them how awesome it is. It's the best. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. It's the power of the thought. I put that out there in the universe, like I'm winning this damn TV, And that's not the only time that something like that's happened, ever. Like, I've had multiple things like that happen in my life. Very fortunate. Life is good right now. I got 41 stops today. It's at 9:03 a.m. Got out of there at a decent time. It's raining. What else is happening? I feel good. Other than wishing I felt like I didn't feel like I could get more sleep, I feel good. Like I'm not like craving a cigarette or nothing right now. I don't feel like I missed out on life because I didn't get drunk last night. Or like I didn't have fun. Like I had fun. I had a good night. And you gotta have, you gotta have a little private time. Maybe not even private time, just a fun time. You gotta have a good time, Work, get off work, have a good time. That's what I'm saying. I got to change my perspective a little bit in a couple areas. Like, I hate just sitting in my son's room while he's in there, and then just like he's pulling things like books out, and he pulls his things out to do, like, and then he like brings it over and we do it for a second, and then he goes out and gets something else out, and then his mom gets mad at me because there's all this stuff all over. I should just be like, you know, I didn't pull it out, he did. Dylan put it back. I put it back. Like, I'm just saying, don't get attitude with me because the room you just cleaned up has stuff in it now. That's what happens. And you know why you ain't got no help? Because you left me because you wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, and you keep saying, no, I didn't leave you for Dungeons and Dragons. But we lived together for 12 days. My incentive to not drink and smoke in Frankfurt, we did this together. She brought my son out, she lived with me, we were back together for 12 days. The incentive was, I had my family back, so I wasn't drinking and smoking. That's why I said it was so easy to not drink and smoke. Even with a roommate who was drinking in front of us. It was so easy because I was like, I have my family. This is what I want. I don't need to drink and smoke. So I figured, you know, with 12 days, I've proven with no symptoms of alcoholism, I've proven I'm not an alcoholic. I can drink and just put it away. I figured that was, you know, a period of enough time to just ask if she was like, because, well, I wasn't even going to ask either. Here's what happened. So 4th of July comes around. She's going out to her family. Her family makes me want to drink. They're racist. Not all the way racist, but they're pretty racist. Like, subconsciously. Like, the conversations at the dinner table get really awkward. I want to drink. That's my point. So she asked me if I want to come out there for the 4th of July. And I'm like, can I have a drink? She texts me back, I'm on my way. I'm like, oh, okay. She gets there with her sister. They're packing her shit. Her shit. My son's shit and her shit. They're packing up and moving back in with her parents after 12 days of sobriety, and all I did was ask. She could have just said no and left it at that, but if she had stayed there in Frankfurt with me, she wouldn't be able to do these Dungeons and Dragons nights so freely as she could if she had her parents to babysit, because she knew my schedule was always different. I never knew when I was going to be home to watch the baby. So she had counted on her parents this whole time while we were separated and doing her thing and having her fun. When she lives with me in Frankfurt, I ask for a drink and she's like, I'm on my way, we're moving out. Good luck. I'm like, all right. So yeah, I've dealt with that for the first 3 months of my life without my kid again. And there's nothing I can do. The system for men, the justice system, the whole damn thing is screwed. There's nothing I can do about it. What am I supposed to do? Like, there's nothing I can do. So I just took the L, stayed there a couple more days, weeks. Then the dude was like, hey, I know you're paying $800 for you and your son and your wife. Well, since they left, we can drop your rent down lower. I was like, I had to decline. I just had to go. There was stuff going on out there I wasn't interested in. I was in a dark place. It was then the only time to see my kid was either go to her parents, because she wasn't coming out there. Because when she packed up and left, she was like, I'm keeping the key or the garage door key or whatever until he gives my deposit back. So now I'm the middleman. They're going back and forth between them two through me about this key. and the deposit, she wants it back. He wants his key back. She wants the deposit back. But in the lease, he says there's no refund on the deposit. So now I take a picture of the lease, send it to her. I'm like, this is what you signed. We both signed it. There's our signatures. That's what the lease says. Give the man his key back. Now she's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm like, girl, you're literally being irrational and crazy. First of all, you just left me because I asked you if I could have a drink if I came over for the 4th of July. That's where you left me. That's not really why. It was because she couldn't play Dungeons and Dragons. Secondly, now you're holding this guy's key hostage for a deposit you're not going to get back. It's not going to hold up in court. You signed the lease. What are you doing? You're just being crazy at this point. So yeah, that whole thing was a pickle. So to keep my damn shit together, my cool around this woman and my son, and knowing there's nothing I can do, it's difficult at times. I don't know why I went into that, but the system for men, the father to son relationship, father to child relationship, the whole thing is rigged against me. There is a damn horse and buggy in front of me right now with blinkers. That lifestyle is amazing. I wouldn't want to live it, but I respect the Amish. They can build some stuff. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I don't know how you would go about fixing it. I definitely don't want to go through anything with the court ever. That's for sure. Because it's rigged against men. I had this thought in my head last night. If she had come into the bedroom while I was sitting there with my son just playing and decided she didn't want me around anymore, a woman could do this. A woman could just take a knife, stick me in the back, and then say I attacked her so she had to defend herself. And it's her word against mine. I'm fucked. Like, there's nothing I can do. I just got stabbed. If I swing at her, or if I don't swing at her, all she has to say is I came at her and she defended herself. I have no evidence to the contrary. It's so fucked. Sorry for cussing. I'm just really heated about this because it's like my son is over there. She's bringing these freaking dorks around. These Dungeons and Dragons dorks. No offense if you play it. I'm sure it's fun, but you're doing nothing. Just like I'm doing nothing when I play virtual reality frisbee, ultimate frisbee. At least I'm getting exercise. You know? I'm not playing improv while sitting down for 3 hours at a time. So, that's the way I look at it. I feel bad. Like, I'm not trying to, like, shit on anybody's fun. It's not my gig. But, yeah, I don't respect it. Just like I don't respect men who cut their hair short, but then keep the bangs and wet the bangs. And I don't know why, where, in what man's playbook is that the go-to? Like, I'm going out tonight. I'm going out tonight, fellas. Let me cut my hair and wet these bangs and drape them over my forehead. What? It's like that. I don't respect it. I don't know if I can trust you. If you wake up and you're like, I gotta go to work, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna brush my teeth, I might eat a little sausage biscuit and a hash brown, kiss my wife on the forehead, go look at my babies, make sure they're still breathing in the crib, and I'm gonna do the little comb down. I'm gonna go, actually no, not even yet. I'm gonna get in my car or my truck. I'm gonna pull the little visor thing down with the mirror in it. I'm gonna pull my little comb out of my pocket. I'm gonna do the comb down. I'm gonna do the comb down 3-4 times with a spritz of fresh water. spritz of fresh water and a cone down, then I'm going to go and see my coworkers and play like I'm being serious. I don't understand it. And I don't know if I've seen it anywhere other than Kentucky. I don't know that I have. You're like, well, you bald, bro. Yeah, but I'm not doing the comb down. Like that thing, I don't know. I don't know where someone was like, I'm going to keep this, I'm going to cut all the other hair, but I'm going to keep this hair in the front just to be like, look, I'm definitely not losing my hair. I have hair in the front. Look how long the hair in the front is. It's so long I can comb it down. I don't understand. As the days go on of the pandemic, I felt like I was going nuts. I was talking to myself a lot. I came up with this podcast like a long time ago. I just didn't know how to go about it. I wanted segments and stuff. Okay, I got a quote of the day. Be like water, Bruce Lee. There you go. That's it, quote of the day. That's how I go through life. I try not to get mad. I have never flipped anyone off. This is fact. Except my sister. Ever in my life. Oh, and there was this guy named Lee I worked with at Keeneland. Because he would do nothing. He would play games on his phone all day while the rest of us worked. And that's it. So one time, we were throwing stalls, and I walked past the stall. But he hit me with hay. Like the horse, like on purpose, like he threw it at me. So instead of like going to jail, breaking his fucking teeth in, I just flipped him off. That's how angry I was. I've never flipped anybody off in my life. Except that guy and my sister. I don't honk at people. Because I watched the movie Unhinged. With, what's his name? Damn, the Gladiator. Russell Crowe. It's a good freaking movie. So I don't honk at anybody. And I never honked at anybody, like, to begin with. If I was sitting at a light for a solid 25 seconds, I would go beep. And then they would go, but other than that, I don't honk. I don't take the chance. I don't flip people off. I don't get mad. I don't have road rage. I feel it, but I don't act on it. It's just ridiculous. It's not worth it. I try to keep my cool, try to keep my calm. Takes a lot to like push me over the freaking edge. Oh yeah, 26. About to be 27, November 28th. I forgot to weigh myself this morning whilst naked because I don't want to confuse anything. I'm sure I'm right there in the like 213, 212 range. I hope I am, because then it won't be too bad. I bet I can get down to 175 in a month. If I do the carnivore diet with the intermittent fasting and the exercise, I'm betting I can get down to. I would be happy at 180 if I put muscle on, you know? Like if I visibly put some muscle on, that'd be awesome. I've never had a six-pack in my life. Ever. That's sad. I want them. I want to see what it looks like. I like to be in shape. I want to know what it's like to freaking walk outside with your shirt off and be like, I have this because I worked on this. And then there's other guys that are just like smoking a cigarette, eating an ice cream sandwich. They got a chocolate stain right by their collar. It's like you didn't. I'm glad you're taking air from my son, you know? Here we go. Yeah, but live a little, you know? I did. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. I did it, shit. I did it for 3-4 years. I did this, letting myself go. It's a damn struggle. It's not hard to do. It's hard to maintain. You might die in your 30s. So I don't want to do that no more. I want to be in shape. I want to get in shape. I want to be healthy. I want to be a guy my son looks up to and says, I want to be like that guy. Not looks up to me and goes, Dad, you got tits. Dad, you got tits. And things on your sides? What are those? You a fucking shark? Anyway, I missed my turn because I was deep in a Dungeons and Dragons anger. I'm not even angry about it. I've let it all go. I've come to grips with it. There's nothing I can do. I'm not mad about it anymore either. I was mad about it for a while. I was like, you fucking, but I'm not anymore. There's nothing I can do. She lets me see my son. She's not like coming after me for anything. She brings him out every once in a while. Really, when she just wants a date night or to play Dungeons and Dragons, she'll bring him out. And if I'm not there for my schedule, she'll take him out to my family in Georgetown, which is like another thing I gotta do or not be able to do. So like, I can't see him because he's in Georgetown. If I wanted to go see him, I gotta be like, hey, boss lady, can I go take the van 30 miles out of the way to hang out with my son? I don't want to keep doing that. They hook me up when my family comes in town. They let me go out. So I don't want to push my luck with them. They're good people. So I don't ask. I just don't even go. I'm like, all right, he's going to be in Georgetown. And I'll say, talk to my mom or sister or stepdad and say, thanks for taking him. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. He's a good kid. He's healthy. He's got a bump on his head right now, but he'll live. I'll get that one last. I passed the whole dang stop. Sure did. It's okay though. Only got 41 stops. I'll be done decent time. It's not hot. It's like decent out. A little drizzle. Never killed nobody. 2:39. I'm currently in my spot. I got about, let's see, I say 3 minutes to my first stop. Oh, dang, and I got 4 of them. 2 minutes. Well, this has been Day on the Job. Thank y'all for listening. I'll come back again tomorrow, or if I'm, think of something to talk about on the way home, come back tonight. Y'all have a nice day. Happy Sunday, May 16th. Have a good day. Bye-bye.